What's up, guys? I got some sad news for you. Um, I don't know how to say this, but I hope it doesn't really upset anyone. But I broke my selfie stick tonight. That little piece slid out. I mean, this is high dollar equipment right here. You see, you got this little guy. It goes in there, and I guess that's supposed to go inside, and I don't know how to fix it. And I mean, this is what all of these magical videos was filmed with. Kind of really at a loss for words. I don't know how I'll ever replace this thing. So so the video quality, as if it weren't bad enough, it's gonna get worse. Certainly for tonight's video. Oh damn. Anyways, this guy came in the mail today, and this was one I've been watching for, say, a month or so, and finally the seller came down just a bit. This is a Kyosho TR15, I guess Inferno TR15. This was supposed to be the 10th scale version of the 8th scale Inferno. Around 2000, let's say 2001, I think this came out. And let's see, you got it in the box, and it was, like the drivetrain was kind of assembled. The diffs and the bulkheads were there. The center diff, I believe, was there. I don't think the engine was on the chassis, but the rear diff and bulkheads were there. So it was sort of assembled a little bit. It came with bushings, full bushings. I can't remember how much it was back in the day, but they seem to be a little rare. I mean, you see them every now and then. There's a good number of parts available on the bay most of the time. But I'm just gonna make this fast. I'm gonna try to get this guy going again. The seller said it's still running. There's some compression still in this little engine. Originally, when I got my first one, now I've been through at least 4 of these cars now. When I got my first one, it was like my intro back into nitro cars, and I really forgot that golden rule about, like, with nitro engines, you're not supposed to just floor it the whole time, like use little spurts, but anyways, I took it out to the baseball field when I first moved here to Plano, Texas, and within a couple of weekends I just blew that engine. I can't remember whether it was a little crank, the little, I guess, piston rod or the piston itself, whatever. It just disintegrated. So this car looked like it'd been used pretty good. These are the original tires, and they're pretty bald. And that's the front set there. If we look here at the rears, these bad boys are goners. So they probably ran it on the sidewalk or concrete for the most part. There's not a lot of, the car's not dirty at all, and in general it looks like it's in great condition. It doesn't appear to have crashed into anything on its last run. The chassis is straight. It's not super scuffed up, a little bit. It's got some scrapes and scratches, but there's no signs of anything major here. So I think this is gonna make for a really good kind of refurbish base. I'll go through and drop some bearings. I got the ceramic bearings for the last one I had. It's a really smooth drivetrain to begin with, but that seemed to make it even smoother. So I'll get a set of those. Super simple to drop a set of bearings in this car. I mean, there's no real gear boxes. It's just 2 discs and this little center spur gear, which, you know, at first glance you might think was a diff, but it's really not. It's just kind of a direct drive. There's no, it's not a slipper or a diff. So anyhow, yeah, not much. Very simple car. I had a oops, sorry about that. I found a viscous coupler for I think you call it like a Super 10 series, which I think this shares like the disc and the center unit here with, and it was basically, you know, you could put it in the front or the rear, and I still have one that kind of gave you, I don't know if it acted sort of like a slipper, at least on one side, you know. So if you wanted the front diff to get all the power or the rear diff to get all the power, you could set it up that way. And I don't know, those things are so ultra rare, but I have one, but it needs to be repaired. I might fit that to the car. I want to say that when I had it back in 2000, I had fit it in the rear. There's not a lot of room for it, but I want to say I had settled with it in the rear. So this was like, you know, got most of the power or torque, whatever, up front, and it would allow that rear end to slip a little bit. Again, I'm not really great with cars, so I don't know if that was good or not, but man, I used to take this thing to the track. I want to say like Formula 1 or F1 in Garland, Texas, and I'd run it on the indoor track there, and oh man, nothing got as much attention as this car, because it was clearly it looked like the bigger, you know, 8th scale buggies, but smaller obviously, and even like the little guys at the track would be like, hey, that's a mini 1/8 scale. You know, we like to call it a 1/10 scale, but anyhow, it got a lot of attention at the track, and it would handle an 8th scale buggy track no problem, man. One of my favorite cars of all times. You know, it's nitro, so it's kind of exciting to drive anyways. I want to say I had like a Pico like 12 in it at the time. I didn't have a pull start, so it only had the, you know, the only way to start it was like the bump starter on the bottom. But yeah, gonna run the car for you guys, or one of you guys, and you know, we'll see how it comes along. But just wanted to show you all this, and I'm really excited about it. So have a good weekend, and we got some Kyosho Cosmo news. That'll probably be my next video. I got a parts car on the way, so hopefully I can finish that one out that I started. It's been just kind of languishing there on the shelf. Yeah, so we'll see you guys soon. All right, take care.